We certainly hope you enjoyed our Ma and Pa Kettle and Jerry Lewis series. Next week, some exciting surprises on Thriller Week. Our opening movie, Vincent Price in the House of Usher, on Monday. Now stay tuned for Newswatch 16 next.
Good evening, I'm Nolan Johannes.
And I'm Karen Harch. Tonight in the news,
police are on the lookout for drunk drivers in Clinton County. I'm Craig Stevens. I'll tell you what it's all about.
Tonight on Action 16, the latest on how to lower those long-distance phone bills. I'm Gerry Gartenberg.
I'm Dan Fiorucci with the Army Golden Knights. We'll show you the dress rehearsal for the big air show tomorrow.
All those reports plus Tom's weekend forecast and Joe's Zone on sports.
it's all next on Newswatch 16.
In your car, listen to Newswatch 16 on WKRZ AM 1340.
Proud to serve Northeastern and Central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, pilot Jack Rulin in Skycam 16, Chief Meteorologist Tom Clark, and Joe's Zone on sports. This is Newswatch 16.
A crackdown on drinking drivers on the highways is about to get underway in Clinton County. Newswatch 16's Craig Stevens says police in Lock Haven will be out in force on the weekends, keeping watch.
Police in Clinton County are out to put a lid on drunk driving. Tonight begins the first of a series of special weekend patrols that will last 6 months. Extra cops are out to arrest 50% more drunk drivers than ever before. Lock Haven policeman Ron Gallagher thinks it's a good program. After 18 years in uniform, he's arrested a lot of drunk drivers. They all seem to tell him the same thing.
They never seem to realize that they had too much beer to be under the influence of alcohol. Not only beer, but all kinds of mixed drinks and everything. They feel that they're capable of handling their vehicle.
So how much alcohol can you drink and still drive safely? Well, statistics show that if you weigh 160 pounds, 6 beers in the course of 1 hour will put you above a blood alcohol level of 0.1%, and that is the legal definition of being drunk. But even bar owners and patrons like the idea of cracking down on drunk drivers.
I think they should stop the drunk drivers, but in the same sense, they shouldn't wait outside different tavern doors or whatnot. But it is important to stop the drunk driver.
I think it's a good thing if they get the right people, the people that are habitually drunk.
So especially if you live in Clinton County and you're out tonight and having a few drinks, you'd better think twice before reaching for your keys and getting into a car, because police will be looking for you. Craig Stevens, Newswatch 16, Lock Haven.
Hey. Newswatch 16 continues with money. Gerry Gartenberg at Action 16 will talk about your bucks and that phone bill.
Plus, we'll fill you in on some unusual events inside and outside the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant. Stay with us.
Meet Donald Duck's family tonight at 7.
2 unusual events today at the 3 Mile Island nuclear power plant. The first happened inside. An unusual event is the lowest of 4 levels of emergencies at nuclear plants. What happened was an electrical connector to a backup generator at the Unit 2 reactor stopped working. Officials at TMI say there was no threat to safety. The other event was outside the nuclear power plant in Dauphin County. Some 50 people were arrested for staging a protest. They're against the idea of restarting the damaged Unit 1 reactor. The demonstrators held banners and blocked the entrance to TMI. The peaceful protest turned ugly when one demonstrator fell while a plainclothes policeman tried to arrest him.
What's that, man? Don't you touch it! Yes, you what's that? Take your hand off!
The Unit 1 reactor has been shut down since the 1979 nuclear accident at TMI. People in 3 counties around the plant voted 2 years ago to keep Unit 1 out of service.
It was a busy day at the Centralia post office. 19 homeowners received official offers to buy their homes from the Columbia County Redevelopment Authority. It's all part of a $42 million federal buyout of houses plagued by the 22-year-old underground mine fire.
I'm just happy to get it, that's all. Just happy to get it, that's all. Me and my wife will look at it and we'll decide.
Newswatch 16's Bob Costantini was in one Centralia home today when the offer arrived.
Joe Moran looks out the front door of his Centralia home and candy shop. Every day he saves a newspaper for a friend who drops off the mail. It's a way of life that may change soon.
Just while we're waiting for you. Where's that paper? In the dining room.
In today's mail is the offer Joe Moran and wife Ava are getting for their house and store. Grandchildren look on as Ava opens the envelope to find the offer is $40,000. She had hoped for $45,000 to $50,000.
I'm really not satisfied, but after all, the way the government works.
It's been a long time anyhow for this, and
yeah, after 22 years now, I know that we have to go.
In fact, these lifelong residents of Centralia will also get moving expense money as part of the federal buyout.
being like born all over again. And I'm here 68 years, so I think you can always get used to someplace else. It won't be easy.
Because of the mine fire below, the Morans hope to leave Centralia soon.
There's no turning back now for Joe and Ava Moran. They've already started to close down the little candy store they've operated here for 16 years. Bob Costantini, Newswatch 16, Centralia.
Last week on Newswatch 16, we told you that AT&T plans to lower the rates it charges for long-distance calls by 6.1%. That rate decrease takes effect on May 25th. But just how do AT&T's new long-distance rates compare with the rates of the other long-distance companies in our area? Well, our Action 16 reporter Gerry Gartenberg is here with all the answers. Jerry?
That's right, Karen. As Action 16 told you back in January, AT&T is not the only company offering long-distance service to people in northeastern Pennsylvania. You can also sign up with ITT, MCI, Telesaver, or Sprint. Now, should you go with AT&T or with one of the competitors? For some people, that's a question of dollars and cents.
The bottom line, folks, even after AT&T lowers its rates, you'll still pay less for long distance by choosing one of the other companies. And you'll save no matter when you make your call. For example, if you call Houston from Wilkes-Barre after May 25th, AT&T will charge you $1.37 for a 5-minute call before 11 p.m. The rates the other companies charge for that same call are lower. Or how about a 5-minute call from Wilkes-Barre to New York after 11 p.m.? Again, the new companies are cheaper than AT&T. One caution, though, MCI and ITT charge a $5 monthly service fee. Telesaver and Sprint require you spend at least $5 a month on long distance, or else they'll bill you for that amount. So if you only make a few long distance calls a month, you might not save a whole lot. If you use or plan to use ITT, MCI, Sprint, or Telesaver, there's something else you'd better watch out for.
Action 16 has learned all of these companies sometimes bill customers for calls they never made. The companies say when you let the phone ring more than 5 or 6 times and then hang up, their equipment actually gets fooled and thinks someone on the other end picked up the phone. So you get billed, usually for a 1-minute call. Of course, if you let the phone ring more than 5 or 6 times, you may get billed for a call that's longer than a minute. Now, we spoke with all the companies. They say if you spot calls you never made on your current bill, you don't have to pay for them. They say you should just circle those calls and subtract the charges from your bill. Now, MCI, ITT, and Sprint say they'll issue refunds on disputed calls dating back a year, as long as you send them a letter and a copy of your bill. Telesaver says they'll look at your old bills, but the company makes no promise about giving you your money back. Karen.
Okay, thank you, Jerry.
Good advice.
And our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark, will be coming up next with the weekend forecast.
And wait till you see where he's standing in front of to tell us about that. Tell you one hint, it'll never fit in our backyard.
You ought to get out this fall and tour a United Way member agency in your community. From the very young to the very old, United Way serves thousands of your friends and neighbors each year. Visit an agency and see your United Way contribution at work and give generously, cause thanks to you, it works for all of us. The United Way. Call your United Way today.
It's the largest aircraft in the world, and it flew into our area late this afternoon. The U.S. Air Force C-5A came in just after 4 to the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport. The plane, that's as big as a football field, with 28 wheels on its landing gear, is here for this weekend's 2nd annual air show exposition at the airport. The plane is joining many other exhibits on the grounds. There'll be a slight charge for children and adults to see it all tomorrow and Sunday. And later in this broadcast, we'll be telling you about another spectacular event that you'll get to see this weekend.
Hopefully we'll have some spectacular weather so that we can get out and enjoy this air show. Tom, that thing is huge.
This thing is incredible. I want to tell you, we are live from the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport. 760,000 pounds of aircraft, has the fuel capacity of 2,500 automobiles combined. And it is the giant C5A Galaxy. Incredible. The color is almost the same as the sky overhead. Let me show you the temperature as it stands now. I'd say it's kind of cold outside at the moment. The reading is at 54. Humidity of 44%. The wind is light from the southwest. The old barometer is now falling from 30.02. Today's air quality index good at both Wilkes-Barre and Scranton. The range in temperature only 54. The high today, I thought it would at least go to 60, but the clouds persisted. 40, that low last night. Normals 70 now, and 49, the record high. Hot on this date back in 1962. That's a shot there from Route 6, a scenic view up in Bradford County. Now the Newswatch 16 color satellite picture just in. Look at the clouds over Pennsylvania. The result of some very warm air trying to push in from the west. Temperatures in the 80s across Michigan and Ohio and Indiana this afternoon. Some of that very warm air is going to make it in over Pennsylvania tomorrow, but there's also a stripe of clouds from the Great Lakes to the nation's midsection. That's a front that should move through here before the weekend is through. Now here's the forecast for tonight. A cloudy sky most of tonight. There may be a shower, but I wouldn't count on it. Temperatures not too far from where they are now. No big drop. 47 Lawton, Susquehanna County, 49 in Pittston. Hazleton about 47, near 50 in Kramer, and in Du Bois Town, just south of Williamsport. Now here we go for tomorrow. I'm expecting a much warmer day than what we had today. And temperatures about 30% sunshine tomorrow. Partly sunny, let's call it. It will be warmer, and temperatures should be in the 70s. Let's go to the sunrise and sunset. Perhaps we'll show that for tomorrow. And there it is, 5:42 and 8:20 in the p.m. Health watch tomorrow, all categories average. Resistance to aches and pains average. The board from the top coming up. Cloudy tonight, 49 the low. Look at tomorrow. Partly sunny skies, about 30% sunshine tomorrow, and much warmer. 74 I'm looking for the high here tomorrow. Out in State College, graduation tomorrow evening, their high tomorrow, about 75. There is the slight chance of a shower in the afternoon tomorrow, but a much better day coming on Saturday. Not too bad tomorrow night. Sunday, a mostly cloudy day. I'm looking for some showers to develop once again. The high 68. Monday, some sunshine, and Tuesday, fair, 71 degrees. Now, I want to tell you, you cannot appreciate the size of this monster until you see it up close and in person. So come on up to the air show tomorrow. The weather will be good. Karen, Nolan, there you go.
Tom,
Okay, Tom.
any chance of getting a ride in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, we'll be up in a minute to join you.
Okay.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Coming up, the top amateur cyclists in the country are in our area today. Joe Zone will have that story.
Plus, a live report from the boys' District 2 Track and Field Championship. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Nancy Addison. I play Gillian Coleridge on ABC's Ryan's Hope. I'd like you to join me weekdays at 12:30 on WNEP TV 16.
Well, let's go to Joe Zone. He's live now with his sports report at a track and field event at Memorial Stadium. All right, Joe?
Okay, Nolan. In fact, we are just about ready now for the start of the boys' AAA hurdles. And as if we look down past me now, all the way down at the top of the track, they are ready to start the 110-meter high hurdles. And we've got a false start. Let me tell you what's happened so far here. Boys District 2, Mike Rinkevich so far at Bishop Hoban has had a terrific day. He won the triple jump, set a district record in that. He also won the high jump today, so he's done very well. The Pittston area, as expected, continues to lead the overall competition. Looking back down the track now, it looks like they are getting ready to start. Again, this is the first heat, final heat in the boys' AAA 110 high hurdles. And now you see them coming at you. This is live. Boys District 2 track and field heat. Well, as you can see, it was a scramble at the finish, and as soon as I get the results, I'll pass them on to you and find out who won that heat of the 110-meter hurdles. Okay, let's talk about cycling. Almost everybody who's looking for a spot on the United States Olympic cycling team was in Allentown today. We were there too. Of course, Tim Carlson went down with photographer Scott Dobson to check in on local boy Dave Lettieri, who was looking for a spot on the U.S. Olympic cycling team. Lettieri has already made the Olympic trials, but he's down there today just trying to get some work in, trying to compete against some of the top people, and he had a very good early morning. Tim talked to him about it.
Well, to get more pursuit experience in kilometer and see how I'm going this time of year in May, as opposed to, say, last year or other years.
All right, your performance today. Are you happy with what you did in both the kilometer and the pursuit?
Well, on the kilometer, I'm disappointed with the time, but still second place. And again, in the pursuit, I'm pretty happy with the time with this weather, with cold weather and the not very good conditions, so I'm pretty happy with the time. Tonight, I should be a lot faster, and I'm ready to go for tonight.
Okay, now we're getting ready for the second heat. Again, 110-meter high hurdles. Let's take it live to the top of the stretch. These will be some of the faster runners up there. And now they're in the set position again. The finals, 110 boys, AAA high hurdles. By the way, it was Rich Sparks of Valley View who won that last race. Here they come. Check the middle inside lane. Okay. You saw the finish, and those were the faster times. And again, as soon as we've got the winner, we'll send it in to you. In fact, we got the results. Jeff Sparks of Valley View with the best time. He wins the men's 110 high hurdles. Okay. By the way, getting back to the cycling, Rich Meeker is also an Olympic cycling hopeful. He is from Plymouth. He was not there today in Allentown. He, in fact, is in Long Island trying to get some work done in some of the important road races down there. He's not an on-track racer like Lettieri is, so he, another Olympic hopeful locally, is down there getting some work done this weekend. And more, by the way, on the action in Allentown tonight on Newswatch 16 18. Okay. That's everything from here. We'll be back with more information tonight, 11. This is Joe Zone reporting live from the boys' District 2 track and field meet at Meyer Stadium.
Okay, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. See you later.
Looks like he's enjoying the action down there.
Yeah.
If you've never jumped from an airplane, stick with us because we have a hair-raising story next.
We'll jump out the door with the Golden Knights next as Newswatch 16 continues.
Catch the hottest hits in the country on WNEP TV 16. It's America's Top 10. You'll hear the biggest hits performed by the hottest acts on the pop, soul, and country album charts. You'll see the latest music video, and host Casey Kasem will count down the top hits of the week on the Billboard charts. You'll also get the inside scoop from exclusive interviews with the biggest musical groups and solo acts. All this and much more on America's Top 10. Saturday on WNEP TV 16.
Finally tonight, here's a little more to see at this weekend's big air show at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport in Avoca. Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci is literally up in the air about another of the big events for this weekend's show, the U.S. Army's Golden Knights parachuting team.
Ready? Okay. Okay.
Ready, set, go! You're looking at members of the Army Golden Knights parachute team rehearsing for a jump.
Come on, okay. Up about waist high. All right, break it. 3-5, outside bomb burst.
This rehearsal takes place on the ground. The jump today will be performed from an altitude of 7,000 feet. The Golden Knights would like to do it higher, but the cloud base prevents that. The jump is called the 6-white cluster, and in it, 10 men will jump out of the plane at the same time, with 6 of them linking up in midair. As the plane takes off, the roar becomes deafening. Conversation inside the aircraft is almost impossible. But the view through the rear open door is breathtaking. Inside the plane, the men's personal altimeters show we're climbing. And final preparations for the jump are underway. But still, the jumpers say they are not nervous. Do you feel apprehensive at all?
No, not now. I will as soon as it's time to go. I'll feel it for a second, but then as soon as you leave the airplane, the adrenaline starts flowing and everything starts getting exciting. And
At almost 7,000 feet, the base of the clouds is reached. There is a bone-chilling cold at this altitude, and this is where the jump takes place.
Well, there's an element of danger anytime you step out of an airplane, but that's something we're pretty used to because that's what we do all the time. Actually, the only danger is the last half-inch off the ground, so you just got to be careful.
Dan Fiorucci, Newswatch 16 with the Army Golden Knights.
Ooh, I'd love to try that.
So would I. Incidentally, we want to remind those of you coming to the air show this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, there's a lot of free parking. There's a lot of free parking, but especially if you go to the Comerford Drive-In on Route 315, then there'll be a free shuttle bus for you to come up because there's a lot of cars and traffic jams around this area. So take that chance, go down there to the Comerford Drive-In, then come up and see the show. There's a slight admission charge, of course, for children and adults. Enjoy yourself at the air show. If you don't want to do that, Wilkes-Barre has, of course, their Arts Fiesta.
Fine Arts Fiesta.
A lot of things going on this
Lots
weekend.
of stuff. But for now, that's our report.
Be sure to join us tonight on The Update. Kathy Bellich will be telling us about DPW's mistake in Scranton, plus the story on fire safety at amusement parks.
ABC's World News Tonight is next. For the team, thanks for being with us.
Have a good evening.